Hi again. I wanted to talk to you about Learning Module 5 because we're going to be doing something that's probably brand new to all of you. We're going to be writing something called a letter of analysis as part of our peer review process. And if you go over the tab here in Blackboard that says Writing Resources and you click on it, you will find, first of all, the hierarchy of concerns, and that looks like this. And the hierarchy of concerns basically is going to give us an order in which we're going to address certain writing issues. And the lecture for this week focuses on the hierarchy of concerns and how to do a letter of analysis. But basically, there are 5 writing elements that the hierarchy of concerns addresses. And even though these are of equal importance in any piece of writing, this guides us from broadest to most specific. So the very first thing that we attend to when we write is to make sure that there is a focus. And if the paper already has a good focus, then the next thing that we're going to look at is how well the ideas are developed within the thesis and how well they support, within the paper and how well they support the thesis. The third thing that we'll pay attention to is the organization. How did the author choose to put all of this information together? Does it make sense? Are there gaps? So this is a really nice tool to use, not only when you are revising your own writing, but also in this peer review process that we're going to experiment with this week. So you will learn more about that in our lecture. The piece that I really wanted to talk to you about today is the actual writing of the letter of analysis. You have a couple of examples in the module here, but the most important thing to remember is that this is someone else's piece of writing that you are looking at, and this author has a lot invested in this writing piece, and of course you want to help them. And in my experience, the best way of helping someone revise their writing is to give them meaningful feedback. Not get out the red pen and say, oh, you spelled this wrong, or this period doesn't belong here, or you have a comma splice here. That is not helpful, especially if the writer didn't ask for it. One of the writing pieces that you're going to read today kind of talks about the effects of that. It's a really nice piece that a student wrote about the red pen and the power of the red pen. And in this class, we do not have a red pen. We are throwing them out the window. But we are going to replace them with other tools. So the very first tool that you as the author will use is something called a letter of reflection for peer review. Now, this letter of reflection is basically the information that you are going to give to your peer review partner so that they can see what you think that you've done well and what you really want the peer reviewer to pay attention to. So let's say I filled out the answers to all of these questions, and I came down here and I said, okay, this is where I'm going to check where I really want help with. And I will say, okay, I might say I'm really confident with my thesis. I think it's really good. I think the focus is on target, but what I'm really worried about is development. So I'm going to just come here and I'm going to put a little X here or a check or whatever you want to indicate that yes, I would really like you to focus on helping me figure out some revision strategies so that I can really develop my ideas in this essay. Or you might decide, oh, I really did a good job with that, but my paragraphs just aren't what I think that they could be, so I'm going to come down here and I'm going to check that. Or I might say, "Oh, I really do need help with both. I need help with my paragraphs and I need help with my development." Or you might say, "I think my development is good, but I'm not sure how I've organized the information if it works out well, so I'm going to check structure and paragraph organization." So this is completely up to the author and what the author feels like she really wants to focus on. And your job as the peer reviewer is to listen. So if someone says, I really just want to really want help on my focus, then that's the feedback that you give them. You don't give them information on paragraph organization if that's not what they're asking for. They're not there yet. And the hierarchy of concerns also kind of is a really nice way of guiding us through the revision process. So, it makes sense that we're probably going to be dealing a lot with focus and development on this very first draft, and that's fine. But pay attention to what the author is telling you, because this is their piece of writing. And we need to respect their opinion because we know what it works well in our writing and what doesn't. We just need someone to kind of give us some feedback on how they think um, we should change it. The other thing that I want you to pay attention to is there's a revision strategy list. So right here on the Writing Resources tab, you will see a section for revision strategies, and that looks like this. And the revision strategies there's so many of them, so don't get overwhelmed. Just focus on the section that you need to look at. So let's say my partner says she really wants help with her focus. And so I'm just going to look at these revision strategies right here. I'm going to read her paper and I'm going to say, you know what, I really think that that you've got all of the information here, but you just need to do a reverse outline of your paper, and once you start combining your main points, you're really going to be able to come to your thesis that way because you've got it all written down. So that you're going to pick a strategy that you think will be the most helpful for the author to use in helping them get to the next level. So that is an example of the revision strategies. And the other thing that I wanted to show you is inside Learning Module 5, and at the very bottom you will see the assignment. And down here are all of the things that you're going to need to have ready before you can do your letter of analysis. So I just want to make sure that you know where everything is. The compare contrast model assignment sheet is over here in the assignments tab. So if you click on the assignments tab, you will see the compare contrast information here in this section. Now if we go back to the learning module, at the bottom you already know the hierarchy of concerns, the revision strategies list, and the letter of analysis model assignment sheet is all in the Writing Resources tab, and you will also see the letter of reflection, and the letter of analysis model assignment sheet is also here too. And the name and email of your peer review partner, I've assigned those, so if you look on this tab over here, you should find something that says My Groups. And just click on that, and that will give you hopefully the email information to your partner. So what you're going to be doing today, for this week, is you're going to be uploading your first draft to me, but you're also going to be emailing it to your partner with your letter of reflection for peer review, so that your partner knows what you want them to focus on. And if you have any questions or if you run into any issues, feel free to call me, email me, text me. If you text me, make sure that you put your name down so that I know who it is. And I think that's it. So have fun with the letters of analysis. Really focus on praise. As a teacher, I've found that the most effective teaching is done when you're actually telling people what they're doing well. So there's a big section for that in the letter of analysis. So make sure that you praise up your partner and give them one or two revision strategies to work on to help them get their writing to the next level. So that's it. Enjoy the revision process, and I will talk with you more soon.